The Grindstone by Robert Frost. Read for LibriVox.org by Winston Tharp. Having a wheel and 4 legs of its own has never availed the cumbersome grindstone to get it anywhere that I can see. These hands have helped it go and even race. Not all the motion, though, they ever lent, and not all the miles it may have thought it went, have got it 1 step from the starting place. It stands beside the same old apple tree. The shadow of the apple tree is thin upon it now. Its feet are fast in snow. All other farm machinery's gone in, and some of it on no more legs and wheel than the grindstone can boast to stand or go. I'm thinking chiefly of the wheelbarrow. For months it hasn't known the taste of steel, washed down with rusty water in a tin. But standing outdoors hungry in the cold, except in towns, at night, is not a sin, and anyway, its standing in the yard under a ruinous live apple tree has nothing any more to do with me, except that I remember how of old one summer day all day I drove it hard, and someone mounted on it rode it hard, and he and I, between us, ground a blade. I gave it the preliminary spin and poured on water, tears it might have been, and when it almost gaily jumped and flowed, a Father Time-like man got on and rode, armed with a scythe and spectacles that glowed. He turned on willpower to increase the load and slow me down, and I abruptly slowed, like coming to a sudden railroad station. I changed from hand to hand in desperation. I wondered what machine of ages gone this represented an improvement on. For all I knew, it may have sharpened spears and arrowheads itself. Much use for years had gradually worn it an oblate spheroid that kicked and struggled in its gait, appearing to return me hate for hate. But I forgive it now as easily as any other boyhood enemy whose pride has failed to get him anywhere. I wondered who it was the man thought ground, the one who held the wheel back, or the one who gave his life to keep it going round. I wondered if he really thought it fair for him to have the say when we were done. Such were the bitter thoughts to which I turned. Not for myself was I so much concerned. Oh, no! Although, of course, I could have found a better way to pass the afternoon than grinding discord out of a grindstone and beating insects at their gritty tune. Nor was I for the man so much concerned. Once when the grindstone almost jumped its bearing, it looked as if he might be badly thrown and wounded on his blade. So far from caring, I laughed and sighed, and only cranked the faster. It ran as if it wasn't greased but glued. I welcomed any moderate disaster that might be calculated to postpone what evidently nothing could conclude. The thing that made me more and more afraid was that we'd ground it sharp and hadn't known, and now were only wasting precious blade. And when he raised it dripping once and tried the creepy edge of it with wary touch, and viewed it over his glasses, funny-eyed, only disinterestedly to decide it needed to turn more, I could have cried, wasn't there a danger of a turn too much? Mightn't we make it worse instead of better? I was for leaving something to the wetter. What if it wasn't all it should be? I'd be satisfied, if he'd be satisfied. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.